What's going on? Ellis in the building, and I represent Sensory Overload. And today I have another comparison fragrance for you. All right. So this fragrance was once a signature scent of mine. It has been, rumored to be reformulated throughout the years. However, it's still a good smelling scent. This fragrance is going to be from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and it's going to be L'Homme, YSL L'Homme. Ginger, bergamot, lemon, white pepper, basil, violet leaf, tonka bean, cedarwood, and vetiver. So I have its clone from the house of Dua. And this is going to be called Rendezvous. Rendezvous. So what we're going to do today is we're going to see how accurate this fragrance is. With the Yves Saint Laurent, I'm already aware that the longevity will not match Dua's. Yves Saint Laurent, you're looking at about that 4 to 6 hour mark. Or do it, you're going to get wafts of it more in that 6 to 8 level, okay? But I want to see, is it spot on? And is there a good, bang for the buck? Is the value there? So on this hand and here with the watch, we're going to go Yves Saint Laurent. Let's find out. I learned last time you got to be careful. Just don't be smelling right away. You'll get a whole blast of alcohol in your face. You feel me? It's a nice, strong opening. Smooth, though. It's smooth but strong. You're going to get that ginger. You don't get that citrus aspect of bergamot. It smells good. So while that goes through its transition, let's see what Dua is in for. Rendezvous is what it's called. Let's see what that's in for. I will say both have good atomizers. I could appreciate a good atomizer, you know what I mean? Dua's opening does not smell like YSL. You smell the inspiration, but YSL is smoother. It's one thing that I'm realizing about when you get some of these clones is that initial opening is not as smooth as these, OG designer or niche fragrances. It's like they got that part down packed. You feel me? I feel like the designers, or excuse me, the clone companies, they tend to get that base note more so down packed. Like once it's, what I mean, the majority of your experience, they got that mastered. But that opening can be very tricky. So with the Dua, it's gonna be more heavy on the ginger part as far as the opening. And with the YSL, when I said that the initial blast, it kind of was strong and in your face, and now it does begin to settle down. So it's not just going to be projected and keep remaining beast mode. Far from beast mode actually, but just that initial blast was a nice bright opening that it just was like, all right, we're here. You feel me? But now it's kind of getting more subtle and starting to calm down a bit more. As far as the accuracy goes, because right now it's transitioning, they're both transitioning from their top notes to the heart and getting towards the base. The accuracy is starting to improve. So the initial opening, it just you can see the inspiration, but that joint was like 60% accurate. It's like I see what you're trying to do, but you just don't smell like it. And I think it was because of how smooth and how bright that opening was from Yves Saint Laurent. They just did a great job with that. That I can see it's hard to imitate. But now as it's transitioning, that accuracy has jumped up significantly. All right. So now we're looking at about 80%. I think I'm starting to like duos more because it's projecting better. I find myself kind of on the back of my hand searching for that fragrance where duos is right there, just bouncing off the skin, and I like that aspect. Yves Saint Laurent's, if you're gonna get that fragrance, the L'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent, that's gonna be a close encounter type fragrance, all right? With doors, you can have a bit more distance. You're going to get projection. It's going to help you have a nice scent bubble, have some sillage. All in all, I do like the fact that Dua has this kind of 80%, 85% accurate fragrance of YSL L'Homme. And the reason being is going to be obviously affordable, but it's going to last longer. It projects better as well, okay? And that's more so what I enjoy. I enjoy my fragrances. Kind of, I feel like I want to get my money's worth by having longevity with my fragrance. I don't want you to just fade to a skin set. And I don't need anything to last 12 hours. Like, that's wild. But I want you to last throughout a shift, whether that be 8 hours, 10 hours. You feel me? Like, I want something where I don't really have to reapply unless I just want to smell myself again. Where this one, I already know you don't have to reapply in a few hours. It just gets so subtle that it's there, but you know what I mean? It's going to be a skin set within the next 4 hours. I could almost guarantee that. Still good smelling fragrance, though. So, all in all, Dua did a good job of Rendezvous to have it smell like YSL L'Homme. But the value, I'm going to go with Dua. I just think it's a better bang for its buck. You feel me? While I think this opening is a bit better, smoother, brighter, it just doesn't have the other components that I need, and that's the longevity, projection, the scent bubble. That's that. So, with that being said, make sure you smell your best. You stay blessed. I'm gonna catch y'all next time, all right? Peace.